Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be trying out an eyeshadow palette that I can't stop wanting to try. This was sent to me a while back actually in PR, and it's been sitting in my to try bin for a while, and every single time I go over there to find new products, like for my last video I had to go in there and grab some new things from the drugstore that I wanted to try out. Anyway, every time I go in there I see this eyeshadow palette and I'm like drawn to it. It's crazy because I feel like I already have a lot of the colors in the palette, but for some reason with the packaging and the whole vibe, I just have to sit down and finally film it because I just can't stop wanting to swatch it and play with it. But every time I do, I'm like, no, I gotta save it for a video, and then that video never came around. So here we are. This is just gonna be focused on one eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna be using other makeup that I'm already familiar with or that I've already tried, so we can just focus on this. It's from Sigma, so I'm sure some of you guys have probably seen this going around the internet over the past couple of months because I do feel like it's a new launch, but it's not like brand new. It's been out for a while. I think at least a couple months. Okay, here's the inside. I think this is so pretty, you guys, and I'm really excited to finally get to try it out. I just have to see for myself how I feel about it. And like I said, honestly, if I'm really thinking about it, I could probably find several palettes that have a lot of these similar tones in them. But again, there's something about the vibe of this one that I'm super drawn to. So that's what I'm going to be trying out today. They also sent me 3 glosses and a liquid lipstick that also came in this collection. So I'll be trying those as well. Okay, so I've already done my brows. I used the Ulta Beauty Ultra Slim Brow Pencil in the shade Medium Brown. And I'm going to go in with my NARS Tinted Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. I'm going to be using the shade Medium today. And I'm just applying that to the eyelid. And then I'm going to blend it out with a concealer brush. Okay, let's dip into this palette. It does come with an eyeshadow brush, and it has like a fluffy side and then a more tapered, precise side. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. I'm super drawn to this shade right here, so I think I want to do something with that as the focal point. So I think I'm going to start with this shade right here called Hybrid. I'm going to tap off the extra, and I'm going to start to just buff this into the crease and then a little bit above as my transition shade. So this is marketed to be like a summer palette. So obviously there's super bright, warm tones in here. It's funny because I used to, like a couple of years ago, I used to only wear warm toned eyeshadow palettes. But now you guys know how much I love my kind of cool toned purples. And so it's really interesting to see how my personal tastes have changed over the past couple years. But I know so many people that love warm tones, and it really is something that I feel like flatters most people. You really can't go wrong with a warm toned eyeshadow. So this is turning out to be extremely buttery. It's blending really nicely, but it's a very smooth formula. It's one of the most buttery formulas I have ever felt. And it's funny because I can feel how buttery it is even without using my fingers to apply it. Usually that's the only way I can tell. But as I'm buffing this on with the brush, I can really feel how soft the formula is. I actually just purchased another warm toned eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using in the video where I'm trying out a bunch of Black-owned beauty brands. I'm still waiting on all of my packages to come in. I got a couple today and I'm so excited to try everything, so stay tuned for that video. I'm hoping I'll be able to upload it next week, just depending on when the last couple of packages arrive. But yeah, there's a warm toned eyeshadow that I'm so excited to try out, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. All right, I'm going to take this hot pink shade on a fluffy brush. I'm going to tap off the extra, and I want this to be kind of the star of this eyeshadow look because this is one of the prettiest shades I've ever seen. I don't feel like I wear hot pinks on my eyes enough. So I'm just applying this to the outer third of the eye and then kind of bringing it in toward that crease a little bit. There's a bit more fallout with this shade, but it's not a deal breaker, especially since I'm doing my eyes first. Next, I'm going to take this deep berry shade called Shakespeare. I'm going to use the other side of that Sigma brush that comes with this palette. And I'm wanting to just intensify that shape. So I'm going along the lash line, following that angle that I have going on right here. Oh, you know what? I was totally going to drag it into the crease, but I kind of like it like that. I'm going to apply the same thing on this eye, and then I'll decide if I want to keep it like that or blend it into the crease. I'm just using my finger to kind of correct the shape. But honestly, I think that's kind of nice. I've never quite done anything like that before because it's a really big wing, but I think I'm going to leave it. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going with the eye look. I can always change it later and blend out that edge if I don't end up liking it, but I'm kind of into it. Okay, let's see. Let's play with this pretty gold right here. This is called Sun Sprite. I'm going to take this on my finger and I'm going to apply this on the inner third of the eye. And I'm keeping the pigment really close to the lash line. And then as there's less on my finger, I'm kind of pressing that up a a little bit higher onto that eyelid. So there's a little bit of a gradient, but I'm trying not to stamp it onto that burgundy liner that we made. So I'm kind of strategically applying it around, but making sure that it blends up and out. Okay, same thing on this eye. Okay, I personally am really liking how this look is turning out so far. I'm going to go into this shade right here called Belle of the Ball. It looks very sparkly, but I'm hoping it will work as an inner corner highlight. So I'm taking that on a small brush and just kind of pressing that into this inner corner here. And I'm kind of taking that brush and blending it inward over that gold so that it blends nicely into that other shade. This is a lot more fiery than what I initially thought I would create with this palette, but I'm not complaining. I think it looks really nice. I'm going to take my Wander Beauty Unlashed Volume and Curl Mascara, and I'm just going to apply it to the top lashes for now. I'm going to really make sure to kind of get some of the mascara right into the root so that I create a little bit more definition along the lash line without actually adding a dark liner. This mascara was actually part of my last video where I talked about mascaras that I feel like are worth every penny. So if you missed that, I will have it linked down below. So normally I would use a makeup wipe to clean up the under eye area, but I keep forgetting to bring some into my beauty room. So I just use a tissue to kind of subtly dust away some of the fallout. It's not perfect, but that's okay. Let's move on to complexion really quick. I'm going to use this Believe Beauty Radiantly Primed Face Primer. I actually only have used this once, but I really enjoyed it, so I wanted to use it again. I'm just going to go ahead and apply that with my fingers. This has a really nice golden sheen to it. It's not sparkly and it dries down really nice as well. So you get a really glowy base without it feeling heavy or looking greasy. And actually on the back of the bottle it says to wait 1 to 2 minutes for this product to set before going into foundation. So I'm going to just let it kind of sink into the skin a little bit. Okay, I feel like it's settling in pretty nicely. While I wait for that to fully dry down, I wanted to use the Bite Beauty Changemaker Supercharged Micellar Foundation. I was going through my foundation drawers and I realized it's been a while since I've used this, so I wanted to put it on again. I have the shade L20. Okay, the primer's dried down. I'm going to go ahead and apply this all over the face using my foundation brush. This brush is the Thrive Cosmetics blush brush actually, but it works great as a foundation brush in my opinion. Okay, once I feel like that's pretty even across the face, I'm going to go in with my Thrive Cosmetics beauty sponge, and I'm taking what's left on the back of my hand and then just pressing everything back down into the skin. For concealer, I wanted to use my CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I used this the other day in a drugstore tutorial. I think it was like 2 videos ago, and it had been a while since I had used it. And using it in that video reminded me of how gorgeous this is. My face and complexion looked flawless. So this is the shade Classic Ivory. I'm going to buff that out over blemishes first. I'm just roughly blending this out with a brush and then I'll press it in with a sponge. But yeah, I forgot how stunning this is. It's definitely more for glam looks in my opinion because it is so flawless, but it honestly looks gorgeous on the skin. I'm going to take the shade Natural Ivory, which is a little bit lighter. And this is what I wanted to use under the eyes and then in the center of the face, just to kind of brighten. And I'm going to kind of do the same thing where I use the brush first to kind of map out exactly where I want the concealer to kind of go, and then I'll just press it in with the sponge after. Also, as I blend out the under eye concealer, I'm really making sure to kind of create that shape even more along the eyeshadow, but I'm trying not to stamp directly on it because I don't want to ruin all the hard work. Okay, I totally put concealer in the center of my brows and I kind of messed up the look of them, but I'm going to powder first and then I will go back in and touch up the brows. For under the eyes, I'm going to take the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfecting Blurring Under Eye Powder in the shade Light, and I'm actually going to flip my sponge over and put this directly into the powder, and then I'm going to use that to set the under eyes. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the Beauty Bakery Flour Powder, and I'm actually going to take that same sponge and just dip into the powder in the cap, and I'm going to set the rest of the face with this, just to make sure everything is super locked into place. And a little bit more glam. This is more of a full glam look, so I am going to set the entire face with powder. I used to do that exclusively, but now I kind of go back and forth, just depending on the look that I'm doing and the effect that I want. But I've been using a lot more cream products and a lot less powder recently. But I do still feel like there are certain occasions where a full glam, full powdered face is pretty necessary. Okay, I'm just touching up the front of the brows. And now let's move back to the Cor-de-Rosa palette. I'm going to take the pink shade again. I'm going to tap off the extra, and I'm going to apply this on the outer third of the lower lash line. And then once there's less on the brush, I'm buffing that in toward the middle of the eye. but I'm kind of connecting it to that existing wing shape on the outer corner. I'm actually going to take a little bit of the apricot shade, and I'm going to take that right underneath the pink just to try to blend that down into the under eye area nice and seamlessly. And then I'm taking a powder brush and kind of cleaning that up a little bit and blending things out. Okay, next I'm taking Sun Sprite, which is that gold shade that we have on the lid, and I'm just applying it right here on the inner third, dragging it across to about halfway. And then I'm going back in with that inner corner shade called Belle of the Ball, and I'm pressing that a little bit lower onto the lower lash line just to connect it. One more swipe with my powder brush. And then I'm going to take the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Gold Mine. It's a really pretty kind of yellow gold shade. I'm going to put that in the waterline. This isn't going to be something that's super obvious from far away, but if the light hits my eye in a certain way, you will be able to see it. And I just love adding those types of details to an eye look. It's my favorite when someone has to see your eye look up close to be able to notice those subtle details. I think it just adds to, you know, a more glam look and makes it more special and more memorable. I'm gonna go ahead and take that same mascara and just apply it to the lower lash line. I'm gonna warm up my skin with my Fenty Beauty Powder Bronzer. This is in the shade Into Sun. And I'm just taking that with my Morphe M405, and I'm just gonna press that onto the cheeks to start to add some warmth and definition. Okay, so now that bronzer is applied, I blended it with my brush first, and then I'm kind of pressing it in really gently with my sponge. I also wiped off the foundation that got on the lips because I want to try on this liquid lipstick from the same collection. This is called Cor-de-Rosa, and it's from Sigma as well, obviously. I wanted to put this on before choosing a blush, so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this all over the lips. Okay, that's a really pretty shade. Oh, I guess I do still need to apply highlighter. I'm going to be using my Fenty Beauty Kilowatt highlighter. I'm going to take the more natural shade. This is called Fire Crystal, I believe. And I'm going to start applying that to the cheeks and down the center of the nose and a little on the cupid's bow. I probably should have done that before applying lipstick, but oh well. And then since this is a glam look, I'm going to take a bit of the sparklier shade and just apply it to the high points of the cheeks. And then I'm going to take my sponge and press that down into the skin to help it melt into the complexion. Okay, let's pick a blush. I knew I wanted to use these Alamar Cosmetics blush trios. I think I might use, let's see, these are the Colorette blush trios. This is Fair to Light, and this one is Medium Tan. I'm definitely leaning toward more of the orange, but this Seclusion though might be pretty too. Maybe I'll layer them. All right, I'm dipping into the Medium Tan palette, and I'm taking the shade Seclusion first. And I'm going to smile and just apply that to the apples of the cheeks. This is such a pretty blush shade. I'm taking what's left and kind of going across the center of the nose. And then I'm dipping into the Fairlight palette. I'm going to take the shade Castaway. And I'm just going to apply that right over top. Okay, this collection also launched with 3 glosses. We have the shade Lilac Wine. This is a really pretty one. There's also Secret Garden, which is a little bit more of like a toasted rose. And then we have Cor-de-Rosa, which is like a true bronze. I'm definitely leaning towards this one, but maybe this one will look better, or maybe this one. Yeah, I think I might actually stick to the Cor-de-Rosa shade. So I'm just going to apply this on the center of the lips. Oh, it has a brush applicator. I do not like brush applicators when it comes to glosses. I think they're so difficult to work with and they're scratchy. Ah, darn it. I don't like the applicator, but this is looking really pretty. I'm just pressing it into the lips, and it doesn't feel sticky at all, which is really nice. Okay, we're gonna step back and assess the situation. Where is my bronzer brush? Here it is. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little bit more, a bit lower on the forehead. And then I'm taking what's left on my blush brush and just kind of making sure the cheeks are nice and vibrant. I think that's everything. I'm gonna take my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I'm gonna use this to set the face. Voila. I'm gonna let that dry for a minute, and then I'm going to gently use my sponge to press the setting spray down into the powders. This always helps my makeup last longer, and I think it makes the skin look more natural too. And now I'm just setting the brows with my Hourglass Clear Brow Gel. I always have to set my brows at the end of my makeup look, otherwise I feel like my look is just not complete. All right, you guys, so this is the final makeup look. Let's talk about this Sigma Cor-de-Rosa palette. Honestly, I'm really happy with how the eye look turned out. I have a couple of thoughts, however, surrounding this palette. I do feel like it's a beautiful palette. I do feel like I will use it again. If it wasn't sent to me, I don't know if I would have initially purchased it just because I do own a lot of warm palettes. For example, this ColourPop Sweet Talk palette is very similar actually in Color Story, and it's one of my very favorites. So I have a lot of palettes that are similar. So that is something to keep in mind when you're looking to buy a new palette, just to see if you already own something in your collection, or maybe it's something that could add to your collection. That's always at least something that I like to do. However, I am happy that this was sent to me because I do feel like I'm happy to own it. I believe this retails for around $50, so it is definitely a high price tag when it comes to an eyeshadow palette. So honestly, it would just depend on you and what you feel inspired by and what you're willing to pay for a warm toned eyeshadow palette. I do feel like as far as the shades that I tried, everything was super top-notch quality. It's a beautiful palette. I'm still inspired by it, and I feel like I could do so many different looks. I could keep it more on like the soft side with just these lighter tones here and using this on the lid. I could do something smoky with this deep brown here and also this berry shimmer color. I could do something kind of toasted and orange using these shades. I don't know, there's still a lot more to try from this palette, but I did really enjoy using it, and I feel like the packaging is really nice. So yeah, I did really like it. As far as me recommending it to you, I don't know if it's something that I could say everybody would need, but I really liked my eye look. So hopefully that helped. I know sometimes my explanations can be confusing or maybe not as helpful if I'm not super decisive on something. But again, for me personally, I enjoyed the palette and I love how this look turned out. Also, these lip colors, I thought the liquid lipstick was really beautiful. I like how the glosses applied on top. I'm a little bit bummed that the glosses have that brush applicator because that is not my favorite. I do not like that in a gloss, but the formula is really good. So I will let you guys know and I'll keep you posted on whether these end up sticking in my routine or not, and same with the liquid lipstick. But I do feel like it's a really pretty shade. I don't know if it's like my favorite lip color of all time, but I think it really does complement the eyeshadow palette, if that makes sense. So if you do own a lot of warm tone palettes and you wear a lot of warm eyeshadows, you might actually really enjoy the shade of this, because I do feel like it complemented all those tones somehow at the same time while still being a really nice neutral color. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I'm really glad that I finally got to try out this palette. It has been a long time coming, and I feel like I really needed to sit down and figure out my thoughts around this eyeshadow palette because it just honestly kept screaming my name every single time I would walk by it. So I truly hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know if you guys are into this palette. Let me know if you ended up picking it up, because if a lot of you own this palette, I would love to do more looks with it. Just let me know. As always, you guys, you know how much I love to dig back into my makeup collection as well. So if you like this eye look, but you maybe don't feel like you need the palette, you really could recreate it with whatever colors you own that are similar in tone to the colors that I use. So always remember that you don't always have to run out and buy something brand new to be able to achieve or be inspired by a makeup look. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie, and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. I get a lot of comments actually of people saying, wow, I love how frequently you've uploaded recently. And it's always funny to me because I have actually uploaded 3 videos a week for over 3 years now. So that's why it's really important, if you want to be updated on all of my uploads, to click on that bell after you subscribe, and that'll make sure that you get notifications for every single time I post a video. YouTube will just send it to you randomly if you don't specifically say you want all the notifications. I don't know why it's like that, but it is. So I wanted to kind of mention that as well in this video. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this makeup look. I love you all so much. I hope you're staying safe and staying healthy. Take care of yourself and each other, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.